What's up everybody, WayoftheBey here, and today I'm going to be going over some Beyblade news that have come out this week. So here are the two things I'm going to be going over. First, I'm going to be going over the new Shadowy Beyblade that we have, and then Bigbang Genesis. So first off, the Shadowy Beyblade that we have right here. This is the picture of it. So it's an oval shape, it's a right spinning Beyblade. Most likely, obviously, it's going to be part of the 5th season of Beyblade Burst. So, we have absolutely nothing about this Beyblade. There's nothing to be said. We can guess over and over and over what it could be, but we have really nothing as of right now, unless we get more news, teasers, or anything. But all we can see about this Beyblade is what's supposedly the core of it. So, it's a sun flame looking Beyblade. Does not look like it's part of GT. Yes, it has that little clip that those chips have, but if they were showing that clip right there, they'd only be showing the chip itself. And if you look at the top of the Beyblade where the flames are coming out, that's not where the chip should be. Has the same shape, but I doubt this is another part of GT. If they keep doing GT with the chips and all that, that'd be great. Even more customizations, maybe more gimmicks. That'd be really cool. But I doubt this is GT. The layer of it, I think they're going to go back to it. Unless they maybe fuse all Burst, GT, Evolution, God, or whatever it's all. And put all of them into like this new season. Lots of GT Beyblades are coming out. More gimmicky Beyblades. Cho-Z Beyblades that can take level chips. And they just release a whole bunch of all together randomly. I guess that'd be really cool. But no clue what this gimmick is. This does not look like a GT Beyblade. Most likely, I could be wrong. There's lots of possibilities. This gimmick could be something we all expected, something we didn't expect, but we really don't know until more news comes out. So all we have right now is guesses, theories, and this shadowy Beyblade look. So this was a sneak peek that they showed. We can see it's right spinning, has a flame design, and it's a weird oval shape. But that's pretty much all we have of this Beyblade. Any theories, guesses, let me know in the comments, but that's all I have. It's the Shadowy Beyblade. We're going to have to wait till more news or teasers come out. So now we are going to go over Bigbang Genesis. So Bigbang Genesis is the B157 booster. It's pretty much the final boss of GT, the big bad Beyblade that's pretty much what the rival and main character are supposed to face. And to give you a reminder of who the bosses in the past were, Longinus was a boss, Dead Phoenix was a boss, and Spriggan Requiem, that was the boss for that season. So this season, for Season 4, we have Bigbang Genesis. So Bigbang Genesis is pretty much a fusion between Regalia Genesis and Prime Apocalypse. I haven't seen the anime, so I don't know if that's what's going on, if there are a fusion. But looking at the Beyblade, has a lot of... It's pretty much Regalia Genesis' base with parts from Prime Apocalypse. So the date this Beyblade is coming out is this month, depending on when you're watching it, and the 25th. So the 25th is this month, January. So Bigbang Genesis comes with Zero and Yard Metal. So first I'm going to go over Yard Metal. So looking at all the pieces lined out, you can see the Bigbang Genesis layer, Zero, Yard Metal. So going to Yard Metal, Yard originally, where the metal is, that was plastic. So they just replaced the little plastic ball right there to metal, just like Metal Orbit. So it's a sort of new driver. It's going to act differently because that tip is metal now. So Orbit Metal and Yard Metal, pretty much the same thing. They just changed it from plastic to metal. So it's nothing really too special about that driver. It should act differently. Going to be really cool to have a new driver, but it's technically not a new driver, just an upgraded one. Then we have Zero. So if this was a fusion between Regalia Genesis and Prime Apocalypse came with the Zero disc. So it's kind of weird just having the disc itself and not a frame. If this is the main boss Beyblade, maybe a new disc, maybe a frame, a new frame. But nope, we just get the Zero disc. So if they do something, maybe. But all we have right now is the Zero disc. Then we have the actual layer itself. So Bigbang Genesis, first off, the layer should work exactly like Regalia Genesis's layer. Nothing too special about it, except the shape of it is not Regalia Genesis. It's Regalia Genesis's base itself, but has blades kind of like Prime Apocalypse sticking out. So it's, like I said, a fusion between both of them. And then it also comes with armor. So it's the Bigbang armor. So what this does is you stick it on the layer, and it comes on and off if you want it to, or if you want it or you don't want it. So putting it on, it stops the burst lockers. So the weak points that you push in to burst Regalia Genesis and Prime Apocalypse, it stops those from going in. You have to push the blades that are on the both sides of the armor sideways. And when you push them sideways, it unlocks the blades, the weak points, and then you're able to push them in. So it adds a whole nother element to the burst stopping mechanism. So it makes it even harder to burst these Beyblades now. So you can put the armor on Regalia Genesis and Prime Apocalypse and Bigbang Genesis. It goes on all Infinity Lock Beyblades. So it's a new gimmick, or a new piece. So they have been planning this ever since they released Regalia Genesis and Prime Apocalypse. If you have them, you can look at your Beyblade. You can see how the base and everything's set up. So you can see the little oval shape around them where it's going to go. So this stops the weak points from going in and bursting them. So that means the Infinity Lock gimmick will go on forever until you push the armor to the side. Then you have to push the weak points in, and then you can burst it. So like I said, it makes bursting these Beyblades a lot harder. And the armor can come on and off. When the armor's off, Bigbang Genesis is just a purple Beyblade. It adds some red to it, and the armor looks pretty cool. Here is it on Regalia Genesis and Prime Apocalypse. So, looking at the picture right here, you can see the armor is straight and going both sides, and then you can see it down a little. And when it goes down a little, it releases the weak points to go in. So that's Bigbang Genesis's gimmick pretty much. It's just another Infinity Lock Beyblade with a new piece. So pretty much the Beyblade itself, I'm not sure how it's going to do. With this armor, should do pretty well, but it only comes with one armor, so you have to decide which Beyblade you want it on. But this armor with Prime Apocalypse, I'm excited to see how that'll do, because Prime Apocalypse was a pretty good Beyblade with its attack power, and it was really hard to burst. So with this armor, I don't know what they're gonna do. Prime Apocalypse is gonna be a lot stronger. It's not the best attack type out there, but it's pretty good and doesn't burst. So with this, it's gonna be a lot harder. So it is made by Takara Tomy. The new Beyblade in this is Takara Tomy, so it's not Hasbro. If you're waiting for this to come in Hasbro form, it's gonna be a while. So Bigbang Genesis, 0-yard metal. Like I said, Bigbang armor does not come off like Revive Phoenix's armor or Dead Phoenix. So the armor does stick into the base and doesn't come out easily, and that's why it's able to turn so easily. I'm not sure if it clicks inside or if it just slides, and so you just push it inside, it sticks, and then it's there. So there's a lot of things we don't know about this armor until we actually open it up, do reviews over it, and everyone sees how it does in the stadium. And this is a defense type Beyblade. It's the main boss, but that's pretty much it. All we know about this Beyblade. That's all we have for news. So recap, we have the new Shadowy Beyblade, the oval shape right spinning for the new season. Don't know what that is. Then we have Bigbang Genesis coming the 25th. It has 0-yard metal and the Bigbang armor that is compatible with Regalia Genesis, Prime Apocalypse, and this Beyblade. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching Way of the Bay.